today. I am Attorney General Eric Schneiderman, and I am your lawyer. And I want to thank our brothers and sisters at 1199 for organizing this so quickly, the nurses and everyone else in labor for being so strong. Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday's vote for the Senate to move forward some form of their appalling Trumpcare legislation was a disappointment, but it is still just the beginning of the fight for humane, affordable health care for all. And in New York, we are united. Labor, business, government, upstate and down, we will fight to prevent them from rolling back health care from poor and working New Yorkers. And this is a fight, my brothers and sisters, that we will win.
Yes!
Now, I've developed a little bit of a reputation as someone who sues Donald Trump and the federal government quite a lot.
Keep doing it!
And as I promise you, that if they pass a bill that is like the House bill or a version of the bill they rolled out last week that targets New York or that unconstitutionally infringes on a woman's right to reproductive health, I will see Donald Trump in court again. Now, protecting healthcare and healthcare jobs is a fight we have to win, and we will win, because the Republican healthcare plan doesn't just make health insurance unaffordable. Their plan threatens to cut funding for hospitals and for the people who make sure New York has some of the best healthcare in the world. Many Republicans in Washington seem ready and eager to gut Medicaid and take away healthcare from tens of millions of Americans. Think of who they are trying to go after. People with pre-existing conditions like cancer or diabetes. People born with pre-existing conditions. Family members in nursing homes. People with opioid addiction, desperate for treatment. That's what these proposals would cut funding for. Now, of course, we don't know what's going to be in the final version of the bill because of the secretive, anti-democratic, opaque process. That tells us something, brothers and sisters. What does it tell us? They are ashamed of their own bill. They don't want it out in the open. They are ashamed of their own legislation, and they should be. Because if the bill that they proposed last week were to pass, we know that more than 2 million New Yorkers would lose their health insurance. My friends, we've accomplished a lot in New York under the Affordable Care Act. We have built, with Governor Cuomo's leadership, one of the best healthcare exchanges in the United States. We've been able to reduce the number of uninsured in our state from 10% to 5%. Now they are seeking with a single vote to undo all of that good work and double the number of uninsured in the state. We are not going to let them do that. That will not stand. And we know that they're targeting, again, our most vulnerable, and I want to emphasize this. The Republicans who are voting for this, including New York Republicans in the House, are going after those New Yorkers on Medicaid. Well, who's on Medicaid? 2/3 of our nursing home residents are on Medicaid. That's who they're targeting. Half New Yorkers with disabilities. 93,000 veterans. The bill also includes a ridiculous provision targeting New York and only to New York, sponsored by Representatives Collins and Faso, two Republicans who turned their back on our state and their constituents, would cost us $2.3 billion in federal funds because they don't like the way we run our Medicaid system. They've been defeated in the state legislature, they've been defeated in state courts, they're trying now to sneak around in Washington. We're not going to let them do it. If they're going to turn their backs on their constituents, we are going to stand up for their constituents. We are not going to let them cut Medicaid, and we're certainly not going to let them do what is in all of these Republican bills, defund Planned Parenthood and roll back the clock on women's reproductive rights. That will bring us into court in a heartbeat. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are here today in united opposition. Our coalition and coalitions like this forming all over America have already forced these guys to the brink of incapacitation in their efforts to undo the Affordable Care Act. Not only are their proposals unjust, not only are their proposals unconscionable, but if they pass anything that violates any New Yorker's constitutional rights, we will be in court. We will protect New Yorkers. This is not a health care bill. This is a bill to redistribute wealth from working and poor people to rich people. Never lose sight of that. And our coalition, which is dedicated to humane, affordable health care for all, will stop it in its tracks. Brothers and sisters, listen to your lawyer. Stay loud. Stay strong. Be visible. Call them out into the daylight with their secret bills so that the people they represent can see what they're doing, and we will stop this in its tracks. Thank you, and I will be with you every step.